Hey everybody, it's Marina, the Trader Chick, and I am so excited that you guys are here because today we are going to do something really big. We are going to bust the myths of day trading. Are you ready? Because this is what keeps so many people back and we're about to bust through it. So I am the Trader Chick. This is me and one of my favorite little people. And we are going to be ready now to dive into the misconceptions and myths of day trading and bust them out of the water because this is what's keeping so many people from actually doing great things. Are you guys ready? Just a really quick intro of who I am. Maybe some of you don't know who I am just yet. Like I said, I am Marina, the Trader Chick. I am an expat. I live in Antigua, Guatemala, and this is my family here. I'm also trilingual, and the reason why I bring this up is because one of the things that I did recognize when I started to really learn to trade is that the markets have their own language, and also being trilingual helped me recognize that. So I am originally from the Soviet Union. I am a Soviet Union refugee. Me and my family arrived to the United States when I was really young. So I do speak Russian. That is my mother tongue. But because I was raised in the United States, English is my main language, as you could hear. And I am completely fluent in Spanish since I've now been living in Central America as an expat for over 20 years. We first lived in Costa Rica and now in Guatemala. And I learned Spanish in my later years. So for me, the process of learning a new language really affected how I see things. And that's when I recognized that the markets are also speaking to us in their own language. And once we understand it, it really simplifies things. And one of the things that is really important to break through is misconceptions of it. First of all, one that we will be hitting a lot more later on, the misconception is, before I became a day trader, I was a fitness instructor and a travel writer. You do not need to be anything other than who you are. And that's the beauty of it, because day trading, anyone can do it. And I still have my travel site because travel for me and my family is not a luxury, it's a necessity. So becoming a day trader was really important that it worked with our lifestyle because we travel for 3 to 4 months out of the year, and being able to do day trading from anywhere really helped make that difference. Okay, so let's begin by busting some of these myths. First of all, what in the world is day trading and why is it not investing? Because whenever I tell people that I'm a day trader, so many people are like, oh, I want to learn how to invest. But it's not. It's very different. So I want to talk about that so we really understand the difference. First and foremost, day trading is unlike investing. And the number one way is that we do not want to diversify. When you are investing, you want to have a diversified portfolio because you're investing in different companies. It's kind of like real estate. You're buying different real estate properties. So investing is you're buying different, ownership of different companies, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, whatever it is, right? You're investing in that for them to grow. Day trading, we do not want to do that because we don't care about the growth. We want to focus on one particular instrument. And in day trading, in financial markets, they are called instruments. Either a certain stock, either a certain cryptocurrency, either a certain financial market like futures, options, Forex, and even inside of those, they are instruments, right? So it's literally like a music student, right? They focus on one specific instrument, right? So for instance, if your child comes over to you and says, hey, mama, papa, I want to play a musical instrument, you'll be like, awesome, which one? And they'll be like, well, I want to learn how to play the piano, the violin, the flute, the drums. And you'll look at them, you're like, well, you first need to focus and really master one instrument before you can move on to the next one, right? And that's really the exact same thing with day trading. So because we are literally in and out of positions in the same day, literally intraday in the same day, we want to focus on one specific instrument that we really understand how it moves so that we are able to make the most of it, right? Just as a music student, we want to do the same with our instruments in the financial market. Okay, so investors, they care about the companies that they are investing in. For instance, if I want to invest in Apple, I'm going to care about their new iPhones. I'm going to care about their Apple TVs and their, upgrades and all of that, right? Because I'm investing in the company to see it grow over the years. Day trading, we don't care. We do not care what it does because it's during that day. And what we focus on are the charts and understanding how the charts move. So if we're going to be doing that, we really want to focus on what's happening in front of us and not have multiple different instruments that we are watching because it can get confusing. And the cool thing about day trading, we don't care if the market is going up or if the market is going down because we can optimize and monetize both movements up or down. It's called going long or going short, buying in the market or selling in the market. Now, like I said, we do not care either way for day traders. That's the beauty of it. We can make money going up or we can make money going down. And that's where day trading really, really differs from investing, right? Now, we're going to get into the real nitty-gritty of these myths and the busting them. First of all, the number one thing we all hear about day trading, it's too risky. It's like gambling, right? How many of you guys have heard this over and over and over again? Here's the reality, guys. It is not risky. Why? Because the people who are telling you that have absolutely no skill. They have not even learned how to read the charts at all. They throw their money in because their aunt or their friend said maybe this is a good idea. And then they think they're going to get rich. And what happens? Because they don't know what's going on. They don't even know if it's a trending market going up or if it's going down. They just got in because somebody said so, or they just think they're going to get rich quick and they end up losing money. It's kind of like jumping in the car and somehow miraculously turning it on and taking it on a highway. We all know you're going to crash, right? We all crash because we don't know the technique of driving. It's the same thing with day trading. When you have a very, very solid strategy, the skill which any of us can learn, we can also completely get rid of the risk. And that is a huge thing to understand because it is not risky if you know what you are doing and you are protecting yourself. Okay, the other big myth is you need $25,000 to get started. Completely untrue. Totally untrue. Crypto, you can start with $10. Forex, $100. Futures, $500. Even with trading stocks, which this is mainly that rule is for equities, that you need to have $25,000. The main reason that is said is so that you can get a margin account. We will talk about margin accounts in a little bit because those are the biggest scams that are out there through your brokers. So you do not need to have a margin account to be able to trade daily. You can start with as little as $100, depending on the market instrument you are going for. $25,000 is not true. Not true. Okay, the other thing, they have to be a math whiz with a financial background. I need a calculator to figure out sometimes just the most basic math. You do not need math. I have not needed any math at all doing this because it's not about numbers. It's about patterns and it's about understanding what the charts are telling you. And that could be done by anyone from any walk of life. And that's the beauty of trading. It's too stressful and chaotic. Yeah, sure. Whenever we watch these movies like Wall Street or Wolf on Wall Street or any of these other stock market movies, it's like flashing screens, lights, and everything like this, right? Yeah, this will totally stress me out. But you don't. I have one chart. I use my laptop because we travel. One chart, and that is it. And no gadgets, no gadgets. One chart, boom. I do not need all these buzzing lights and all over the place and softwares and indicators, algorithms, and bots. And that's the other thing. When you are looking at many different instruments, you need multiple charts, but you could go with one instrument, and that's all you need to master it. Remember, like a music student, Liberace, his mastery was the piano, right? We all know that. I'm sure if he picked up the guitar, he would be awesome at it. But why? He was doing great at that one instrument. Find your one instrument, and that's the one to master. All right. News and research. We hear about this all the time, that we have to sit and do all this research and news. To me, they are just melodramatic telenovelas, right? I've been living in Central America too long, but telenovelas is literally the soap operas of Latin America, right? It is nonsense. It is a bunch of experts just wanting to hear themselves talk. It's a lie. You do not need to do that at all. If you are day trading, what do we have in front of us? Our charts. And when we start to read what the charts are telling us, that's all we need. We do not need to sit and be bombarded by these experts who have their own agenda telling us what is good or what is bad. Massive myth. Okay, market research. Again, you do not need to do all this crazy research because at the end of the day, it's going to be in front of you, in front of your charts. Now, the other thing is, and this is a biggie, a lot of new traders, and I was just as guilty, we believe that we have to be in and out of trades all the time. No, that is a huge misconception. Huge. Today, if you talk to real professional day traders, they might get in 1 or 2 really strong, really high probability trades. It's literally like a hunter. I hate this analogy, but it's the best analogy out there. Real hunters, when they go out for the big game, are they going to be shooting at a little prairie dog, or what are the field mice? No, they're going for the big prey. So they will spend hours and patience looking for it. That is day trading. You could go for 1, 2, sometimes you'll go for 3. I highly doubt it because you'll be really happy with those 2 super powerful good trades. You do not need to be in and out of trades all the time. And to be honest with you, you're going to end up losing money with commissions alone when you do that, right? So you want to go for the big one. Okay, my personal motto is the most radical way to trade is conservatively. Being a conservative trader is actually sustainable. Aggressive behavior, going for those huge, who knows what, it does not work towards the end. Okay, so it is really important to just do conservative trades. And you could all do that because smaller profits will lead you to bigger profits yearly. Okay, going for big targets that look super pretty on paper and are all romantic, they don't work out at the end because the risk is super high. And all we ever hear about those big targets is about the wins, but we don't actually hear about those people talking about their big losses. So be aware. Be aware of what you're actually hearing. Okay? FOMO. You've all heard of FOMO. You've all heard of FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Guess what? FOMO, or I call it FOMAT, fear of missing a trade, it is a huge issue in the day trading world because people start to believe that there aren't other trades out there and they start to chase those trades. There is always another trade coming. There is always another trade coming. So brand that into your head and remember, always another trade coming. Do not fall into FOMAT. Okay, now, one really important thing is that people think when you're day trading, it's all about the stocks. Well, here is a news flash for you. No, stock market actually makes up less than 25% of all the different types of trades you could be doing. 25%, to be honest with you, at this point, 20%. Why? Number 1, Forex. We've all heard of Forex, right? It is foreign exchange. It's when you are exchanging currencies, right? This is a really cool thing to do if you understand how to do Forex. The other one is stocks, equities, right? We understand the thing is with equities, there's over 5,000 of them, right? So we have to then narrow down into the different sectors, meaning technology, pharmaceuticals, entertainment, right? Because you can't just do all equities. You want to really niche down. Remember, you want to focus on specifics. And then we have the big caps, the small caps, the penny stocks. There's a lot. So you need to really understand which one you want to laser in on. And futures, commodities. We've all heard of these, right? Wheat, soy, crude, gold. Also indexes. You could trade different indexes like the S&P, the Russell, the NQ, the NASDAQ, right? So that is also a huge and actually probably the biggest day trading market. And we have options. You could certainly do options as well. And don't forget crypto, guys. And I'm not talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one. Believe it or not, cryptocurrencies, there are over 6,000 projects out there. Again, It depends on what you're going to want to really focus on when you are day trading. Now, we're talking a lot of different markets. So whenever you hear somebody say, oh, so you trade stocks, remember, they don't know what they're talking about. That means. So you, first of all, don't take any advice from them. Secondly, you could explain to them, or you could be like, no, I trade other stuff, and leave it alone. Okay, now, this is a huge one, guys, because people believe in their broker. This is the deal, guys. What are brokers there for? What is the business of a broker? Commissions and your money. Do you get that? Brokers are here for commissions and your money. And what a lot of brokers do is they tell you they will give you a margin account. Now, this is the biggest lie out there. What are margin accounts? They tell you that if you have $25,000 or a certain amount of money, they will give you a debt against that. Meaning that if you're going in and you want to buy whatever and you don't have enough money, you could borrow from them. So what happens then? And if you lose it all, right? They're not doing you a favor. They know that they got you. So when you borrow money from them, now you've lost more money than you had before, and you have to pay them back. And on top of that, you have to pay them interest. So remember, you do not need a margin account. You could tell the broker when you're ready to start trading because they will be calling you and telling you, you have to trade, when are you starting? Ignore it. Their business, they're selling you their services, which is charging you commissions. Remember that very clearly. Okay, now let's talk about commissions because like I said before, when you are trading, you need to focus on an instrument. So if you focus on, let's say, futures, you want to work with a futures broker. They are going to give you the best commissions, right? If I'm going to be doing crypto, I want to find the best crypto exchange, right? I don't want to do an equities that also has a little bit of crypto. They're going to not be able to do the best thing for me and not give me the proper commission. Okay, so you have to figure out exactly which one you want. And you need live feed, guys. Live feed is like gas in your car. If you do not have live in real-time feed because your broker or whomever is giving you 20-minute delay, that is not real. You cannot be 20 minutes behind in your car. You need to be in that moment, and that is the feed. Okay, platforms. This is so important for a day trader. You cannot be a Formula One driver in a minivan. You cannot be a day trader with Robinhood or, quick, tiny little crappy apps on your phone or even free crappy stuff on your computer. Platform is your car. It is the most important thing. Okay, once you get the platform, they should have all the indicators, everything you need. But you need a good platform. Just like a pianist needs a piano to play. You cannot just be tapping along on the table. Okay, so these are the myths, guys. Bust them, get over them, and I can guarantee you your trading is going to go to the next level. If you have any questions, you can check me out. I have lots of great videos for you to check out on the Trader Chick. Just subscribe below, press that notification button, the Trader Chick, or you can send me questions at thetraderchick@gmail.com. All right, guys, bust those myths and let's have fun trading.